Second Esdras in the Apocrypha. Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom. Major prophecy is being fulfilled on the planet Earth right now. At this very moment. At this very moment, the dragons of Arabia and the Carmanians are unifying right now. After this recent assassination of Soleimani, the second in command, the second top war general of Iran, after he was assassinated by the U.S. government, headed by Donald J. Trump, that unified these two parties. That event aligned these two groups in their anger towards America, towards the United States, which is Babylon the Great, towards the land of Assyria, the land of the Assyrians, modern Assyria, which is America. Okay? The dragons of Arabia and the Carmanians are unifying. This is major prophecy taking place on the planet Earth right now. Right now. Hundreds of thousands gather in Tehran for Qasem Soleimani's funeral. Okay? So you see the funeral procession in this video here, which I'm not going to play the video. Okay, but it took place for a couple days. And about 56 people were killed. You know, there were clash between protesters and, you know, pro-Iranians. You know, people were stampeding, etc. But this is a major gathering. This is a sea of people you're looking at. And they're mad as hell. They were chanting death to America, death to Israel. You know, and when they say Israel, they're talking about those gutter rats that are in our land because they don't belong over there. But they were unifying in their anger towards Babylon the Great. This is major prophecy, man. Big time prophecy. Let me read this again. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision. And when it says vision, it says prophecy. Well, it means prophecy. And horrible prophecy, because this vision is going to come to pass. And the appearance thereof from the east, from the Middle East, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. Who are the dragons of Arabia? What does a dragon represent? A dragon represents cruelty. Dragons have a cruel nature. Now, what does Arabia represent? Okay, let me get the definition. This is on BibleHub.com. Now, for Arab, the word Arab in the Hebrew is Irab. Irab, which means to mix. To mix, you know, mixed or combine, a combination. Because what you have in the Middle East, you know, is a mix of nations. You know, you have Ishmael over there. You have the Assyrians. Aram over there. Okay. You have Elam over there, so-called Persians. Okay. But the so-called Arabs as a whole really are Ishmaelites, the nation of Ishmael. They come from our forefather Abraham, but they're not the chosen. And Ishmael is known as a wild man. Okay? He's known as a wild man. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Type in wild man. Okay, well, yeah, it didn't come up, which I can look it up on the blue letter. All right. But Ishmael has a very wild nature. Okay, and they're going to show it during this Third World War. They're going to show that nature. Here we go right here. Genesis chapter 16 and verse 11 down to 12. And the angel of Yahweh said unto Hagar, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, which is Yashemai Allah, because Yahweh have heard thy affliction. Right, because Sarah had kicked her out. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren, which is why Ishmael is still over there in the Middle East. Even till this day. That's prophecy within itself. But the point is, he shall be a wild man. He will be a wild man, and his hand will be against every man. So, going back to the prophecy, 2nd Esdras 15 and 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia, which we know that's Ishmael now, shall come out with many chariots. Now, many chariots representing military vehicles, whether it be tanks, whether it be carriers, whether it be different militant trucks. That's what they're going to be coming out with. And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth. You can't see the wind. You don't know where the wind is going. So they're going to be coming from all directions. That all they which hear them may fear and tremble. And this is the point right here. Listen to this right here. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Now, who are the Carmanians? This is on Encyclopedia Ironica. Carmania, region east of Fars province, approximately equivalent to modern Kerman. The old Persian form Kerman, Karmana, or Karmana, rendered as Elamite. Scrolling down. The old Persian ethnic name Carmanian is reflected in Elamite. Right. The so-called Persians, which are Elamites according to the Bible. So, going back to the prophecy. Also the Carmanians, which are Elam, so-called Persians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Meaning they're going to tear shit up. And with great power shall they come. Right, because they're going to have nuclear missiles. Okay? And join battle with them. Join battle with who? The dragons of Arabia. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, who are the modern day Assyrians. America, Babylon the Great. Okay? It says, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, meaning what? They're going to shoot missiles on this place. They're going to shoot missiles on America. But the point is, it says how the Carmanians are going to join battle with the dragons of Arabia. Now, check this out right here. Going back to that funeral procession. Now, this is put up on presstv.com. It says, huge crowds of Iraqi mourners join General Soleimani's funeral procession. And who are the Iraqi people? They're Ishmaelites, the dragons of Arabia. Okay? So they were a part of that sea of people. Hundreds of thousands of Iraqis chanting death to America have joined the funeral procession, which, you know, this took place already. But the point is, they are unifying. That's why I'm bringing this out. It says, hundreds of thousands of Iraqis chanting death to America have joined the funeral procession for Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani and Iraqi anti-terror forces chief Abu Mahdi al-Muhandas, if I'm saying it correctly, if I'm not Salakia, in Baghdad. Now it says the U.S. assassination of the two commanders at Baghdad airport in the early hours of Friday has triggered a wave of rage among Iranians, Carmanians, okay, and Iraqis, the dragons of Arabia, and forged an unprecedented unity with vociferous calls for revenge. Vociferous calls for revenge. Right now, they're going to get it during this Third World War, which hasn't fully kicked off. We're in World War III now, but see, it's going to intensify. It's going to escalate greater than what people think. Now, this was put up on Rush Today. RT News, and this is put up January 9th, 2020, the year of prophecy. Now it says, now Iran and Iraq both want the U.S. to leave the Middle East, but it never will. Why it never will? Because pursuing to the book of Jeremiah, in particular, you read in Jeremiah chapter 50 and also Jeremiah chapter 51, America is the new Babylon, which is a powerhouse, the major superpower on the planet Earth that's prophesied to be the hammer of the earth. Okay? That's why it will never leave until America is destroyed during World War III. Okay? But they're not going to willingly leave. But reading this again, now Iran and Iraq both want the U.S. to leave the Middle East, but it never will. And this was put up by Robert Bridge. It says Robert Bridge is an American writer and journalist. He is the author of the book Midnight in the American Empire, released in 2013. Yeah, we are in the midnight of the American Empire because America's going down. Esau is going down. The eagle is falling. And the troops won't come home. More troops are going to be sent over there for World War III. Now it says, imagine waking up one day, as Iraq did, to find the U.S. superpower on your couch. Not only was it not invited, it is breaking things and provoking neighbors. You politely ask it to leave, but it just scoffs at you. America is very disrespectful. And that's what America did. And that's why the whole planet Earth hates America. It would be difficult to name another new year in recent memory that got off to a more precipitous start than 2020. After Tehran carried out a measured retaliatory strike against 2 U.S. military bases inside Iraq following the assassination of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, the world, unaware that Iran was not aiming to kill, just sending an unmistakable message, held its collective breath. And that's the thing, man. So you had Donald J. Trump coming on the news, addressing the nation about that retaliatory strike, you know, and pretty much bragging that Iran didn't, you know, kill any U.S. soldiers. They were not aiming to kill. They were sending a message. Even Geraldo at large said that, you know. You watch that guy. If they wanted to kill any U.S. soldiers, if they wanted any U.S. casualties, they could have easily done it. But that wasn't the point. Now it says, suddenly the fate of the Middle East, if not planet Earth itself, seemed to hang perilously in the balance as the world wondered how a real estate developer turned U.S. commander-in-chief. Right, talking about Donald J. Trump. In a critical election year, mind you, with the opposition breathing down his neck, would respond to the humiliation of Iranian leaders refusing to turn the other cheek. So, you know, the U.S. is puffing at them, but they're puffing right back. Because at this point, everyone is armed. Everyone is strapped. You know? And all these different nations, they have nuclear capability. And a lot of these different nations, for example, Iran, they're being backed up by Russia. And if not Russia, then China, or both. And they all hate America. So World War III is brewing right before your eyes. It's going down, man. Now I'm going to read this here. Although the situation has calmed following the tit-for-tat exchange, right, it's calmed down. So now it's going to escalate again. But going back to the point that Elder Apostle Hart made, the mark of the beast needs to be made mandatory. The microchip needs to be implemented on the planet Earth worldwide before World War III can fully take place. That's why the situation calmed down. Now it says the question of America's ongoing commitment to the region promises to get very complicated. After all, it's not just Iran and Iraq who are complaining about the U.S. military double parked in the Middle East. Everybody wants you to leave, man. You know, it should not be forgotten that one of the main reasons Donald Trump made it into the White House was due to his campaign pledge to bring home the troops from the quagmires of regimes past. Right, because a lot of Americans, they want the troops to come home. A lot of the troops want to come home. But see, this is all by design. Now it says, yet today, the U.S. leader seems determined to dig in even deeper. Meaning what? He's going to send even more troops over there. You know, he just sent about 3,500 over there. He's going to send more. But the point is, the whole point of this lesson is that the dragons of Arabia, which are the Ishmaelites, are linking up with the Carmanians, the Elamites, for this Third World War. Okay? So we are in the year of prophecy, man. It's going down, man, on the world stage. So I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to our power, the power of Israel, YAHAWASHI, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his Son, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham Rakakwadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, who still rule well. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatham. YAHAWASHI, 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 Ababa.